I signed an order appointing Robert Hur as special counsel for the matter I've just described. The document authorizes him to investigate whether any person or entity violated the law in connection with this matter. The special counsel will not be subject to the day-to-day supervision of any official of the department, but he must comply with the regulations, procedures, and policies of the department.
You know who Boras Berman is? You ever heard that name? Boras Berman? Just stay with me. We'll get back to Joe. Trust me, I'm going to tie all this together here in a second. Boras Berman. Born early 1900s, 1901, I think, if memory serves me. He's a Russian. At a time when the czars were very unpopular in Russia, they wanted to get rid of those pesky czars, and at a time when the communists were starting to get more powerful there. More violent, more powerful. They were the revolutionary force in Russia, and Boras Berman was a good soldier for those communists. He fought during all the revolution, during the Russian Civil War, and when the communists finally came out on top, Boras Berman was right there as one of the main guys. He is Boras Berman. You want to know what a good soldier he was? You know we have the Medal of Honor, right? Medal of Honor, how we honor our biggest heroes. Look at this guy. He jumped on a grenade, saved all of his friends. That's a Medal of Honor winner. It's huge. The dirty communists in the Soviet Union had the Order of Lenin. That's what it was called, the Order of Lenin. It was the high achievement. Man, if you got an Order of Lenin, you were Mr. Communist. He got an Order of Lenin. And then, because he had been such a good, loyal soldier, winner of the Order of Lenin, or I should say earner of it, Stalin, when Stalin took over, decided this guy is extremely useful. I have all these people I think might want to bounce me from power. I think I will begin a purge. You'll know it as the Great Terror or the Great Purge. In late 1930s, when Stalin decided a bunch of people needed to be murdered in the Soviet Union. And Boras Berman, of course, is one of Stalin's go-to guys. Hey, Boris, come on in. We need your help here. I got a bunch of people that need murdered. And Boris was given an area of the Soviet Union, Belarus, actually, but he killed more than that, but it doesn't matter. So what did he do? Man, he was awesome. Well, for a murderous scumbag, he was awesome for Stalin. Great employee out there. Boras Berman would gather anyone up with a Polish last name because they were worried about the Poles and have them executed. Developed a robust network of informants. When Boras Berman was done, well north of 100,000, maybe 1 million, we'll never know the number of people, were murdered just for looking Polish, sounding Polish. Someone told him they were Polish. Boras Berman, mass murderer. So here we are, revolutionary, Order of Lenin, was a good boy, and murdered all those people Stalin wanted murdered. And you know how he was rewarded in the end? He was arrested, he was tried, and he was lined up and he was shot by the communists he served. One thing you do have to understand about communists is this. Communists are well aware that communism is unpopular. They know that. And that's why part of the right that's why the right's been so impotent for so long. We point out things that they know. Well, it doesn't work. They know it doesn't work. They know. It's not designed to work. It's designed to enrich and empower them. It's not designed to work. It's definitely not designed to work for you. They know it doesn't work. So because it doesn't work, they understand at some point in time, people are going to get upset. Enough people are going to get upset enough that their power starts to get threatened a little bit. And so when you're Joseph Stalin and you've just had so many of your fellow countrymen murdered, the people were starting to get upset. And so what did he do? Found some people to blame. You what? You did what, Boris? What? You killed all those people? I had no idea. If I had known, I would have stopped it. Arrest Boris. Have him shot. Why do you think Joe Biden is all of a sudden having documents discovered by his own people in multiple locations? One at UPenn. Now we're digging it out of his garage in Delaware. And I need to make sure I stress this so you understand what you're seeing. It's not a Republican operative former Navy SEAL, picking locks and low-crawling their way into Joe Biden's garage. He found a way to bypass the cameras and the motion detectors, and he's in there with a flashlight at night. I got it, guys. I got the secret documents. No, this is all coming from Joe Biden's people. Joe Biden's counsel, Joe Biden's staffers. The call is coming from inside the house. Why? Well, it's time for Joe to go. It's not that he necessarily did anything wrong. It's just that he serves a communist system. He's served it loyally. Give the man his order of Lenin. But he's exceeded his usefulness. And now, as the public, as you, as me, as we start to get upset with our justice system, as we start to feel like there's a two-tier justice system and these Democrats never get charged with anything, what's going on here? As the public, as the peasants, as we start to uprise, as we start to get angry, as we start to possibly threaten the power of these people, it gives them two choices. They have two choices. They can change their ways and start treating us with respect again, or they can offer us a sacrificial lamb. Well, they're not going to change their ways. They're going to toss us a bone and see if that placates the masses. I mean, Joe Biden's had now 72 hours to come up with some kind of an excuse, some kind of a reason why he had classified documents he wasn't supposed to have. 72 hours with the entire National Democrat machine supposedly locking the shields on his behalf, coming up with something solid, and this is what they came up with for Papa Joe.
Classified material next to your Corvette? What were you thinking?
Let me, I'm going to get a chance to speak on all this, God willing, soon. But as I said earlier this week, people, and by the way, my Corvette's in a locked garage, okay? So it's not like you're sitting out in the street.
So
but anyway,
was in a locked garage.
Yes, as well as my Corvette. So we're going to see all this unfold. I'm confident. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey, how you doing? Good to see you.
That wasn't just Peter Ducey from Fox. Credit to him for asking the question. That didn't seem to calm down the sharks, did it? All it did was rev them up. Classified documents, 72 hours to prepare, and the best you can come up with is, hey, the garage is locked. That's not good at all. So, look, why are they done with Joe? What's the deal? Is it because they care about classified documents? No, of course not. The system understands that you need some kind of a figurehead. They understand that. You can't have this guy be the face of the system.
Representative Jackie, are you here? Where's Jackie? I didn't think she was going to be here. The impact, what happened on July the 6th had international repercussions beyond what I think any of you can fully understand. I'm not being facetious. Well, President Harris led this effort. Following with great, how can I say it? Attention. And the percentage of the men who do so, end of quote. Repeat the line. Biden's being Biden's being an extremist. America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping.
I almost forgot the end of quote. Repeat the line. You can't have that guy as a figurehead. And now you got all this Hunter Biden stuff coming. Apparently Hunter Biden might actually be in deep trouble for all this tax stuff. Now let me calm you down for a second. Hunter Biden isn't in deep trouble. Hunter Biden's never going to see the inside of a prison cell. Hunter Biden is one of the in crowd. Hunter Biden is simply another thing they're going to hold privately. They're going to hold it over Joe's head and say, hey, Joe, I mean, I think you probably want Hunter just to plead out here, right? We give him a little 6 months probation, call it a day. Hey, Joe, we can do that. I mean, he's committed felonies. We can do that, but we kind of need you to step down now. Appreciate you, Joe. You've been good, but you got these documents that our own staffers found, and now we got Hunter. Look, Joe, if you step down, make all this go away. And you know what the beauty of this is for you? You watch I'm right here on the First. You watch me every single night. Maybe you listen to my radio show too, the Jesse Kelly Show. And you should know, if you've been watching this show for any length of time, you saw all this today and you said, yeah, saw that coming. You know why? Because this was me back in April. I think the powers that be are tired of Joe Biden, frustrated with him, and I think this entire thing is a coordinated effort to get Joe Biden to resign after the midterms. Called that one, didn't I? All that may have made you uncomfortable, but I am right.